Muy buenas tardes, otra vez aquí con ustedes, la comadre B, wishing you guys an amazing week. Here I am bringing you guys another episode of Comadreando Aquí y con Café. Today is Tuesday, May the 9th. Me hago bolas. I'm sorry. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Para la gente latina. I do have my café today. Me cacharon temprano, ni me he peinado ni nada. So let's jump into it, I guess, right? So for all my Latino Americanos, mis Mexicanos, my Guatemaltecos, and my Salvadoreños, mañana nos toca. Feliz Día de las Madres. Y pues con eso un saludo a mi mam. Y pues a todas o cualquier madre que me esté viendo. Hi everybody. Felicidades. We by far have one of the toughest jobs que casi no nos dan credit. You know what I mean? So from me to you guys, all of you that are up late at night rubbing down bellies, airing out earaches, waiting out fevers, cleaning up vomit. What else do we do for these kids? All the other ones that are daily, 3 times a day chefs, private chauffeurs, when you have your kids of age with heartbreak, you guys are clinics, dry cleaners, counselors, you name it, that's us. Personal bankers, when they start working, que hold my check, save my money. Yeah, I salute you guys. Somos fregonas. You know, nobody ever really notices what a mom does until you become a mom. And then it's like, ya no quiero ser mom. I want to go home. So, yeah, it's a challenging one. Pero muchas no aguantan. And it's like weird because el día de hoy, muchas se van. You know, back when, nunca se oía que, oh, la señora se fue. And nowadays it's like these women are like, okay, I'm not built for this. Later. So, yeah. I salute you guys. Que pasen un día muy bonito. If you guys celebrate, obviously, traditional Mother's Day, which is on Sunday, congratulations to you guys as well. Have an amazing weekend. I hope you guys get nice gifts or at least a peaceful day. I know a lot of families, like the majority, I would say, don't get along. Pero you guys hagan esto, like, pórtense bien por su mamá, aunque sea un ratito. People just, no, they don't mix, pero un ratito, just make your mama feel better, you know, make her feel happy and that love. Like, personally, me, you know, what a better gift than to see all your little creations, your pollitos all together, you know what I mean? And for the older women que ya son abuelas, pues se junta la familia y se hace burucadera. It's big. And I honestly see that that's where it's at. Well, at least with my mom. She gets all happy when everybody's there. I personally can't even think of what I'm thinking in my head because it gets loud. Pero I miro a mi mom bien a gusto and she's all excited with all the damn grandkids. So, yeah. Thank you, Mom, for being such a wonderful mother. I wasn't a problem, but I gave many problems. And I've apologized many times. And it's one of those things, you live, you learn, you grow, errors, mistakes, heartbreaks, todo. My mom has by far been there for me for everything. Being scared, my mom was always the one to be able to control me and take me into a better place. Like, even as a grown-up, when I had Suzette, see, now I'm getting all emotional. But, yeah, I had Suzette, and my birth wasn't the best, the delivery. It was very complicated. And, yeah, I had my husband there, John, and I had my mom there, too. She was there with me literally the entire 13 hours of labor. And, no, when it was time to do my emergency C-section, I wanted my mom with me. I said, you know what, I'm sorry. I know this is your kid, but I'm scared. I need my mom. So, yeah, Mom, I love you with all my heart. And yeah, I appreciated you that much more when I became a mother. Y pues ya que miro que pues chingamos puras madres, man. Like non-stop. So, yes, I guess with this, before I get more emotional, I always cry. To let you guys know, this ain't even like embarrassing to me. I cry all the time. I cry with the baby diaper commercials, the sad dog commercials. Forget it. Like the Waterworks, I just need to change the channel. Every freaking movie that's sentimental, believe me, I'm like just bawling my eyes out. I cry at the store reading like the card aisle. Forget it. I'll stand there and I start reading, and oh my god, I just get into my feels and I'm just crying, walking around crying. Yeah, I cry a lot. So yeah, before I cry, let's get into it. So if you guys are assuming or guessing that I am gonna talk Mother's Day, you are right. Yes, we are. So what is Mother's Day actually? If you are living under a rock, if you were born yesterday, or if you plainly do not like your mom, or possibly not have a mom, and you don't know what it's like to celebrate Mother's Day, the real meaning behind Mother's Day. It is a holiday and it is to honor mothers around the world. So yeah, every place has different ways to celebrate. And for the most part, there's actually different places that do celebrate different times, not just in May. Like I said, Latinoamericanos celebramos el Día de las Madres cada año el día 10 de mayo, period. Regardless of it being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The traditional Mother's Day is always the second Sunday of May. So the date may vary, but it is always that second Sunday of May. I am assuming your next question is, where did it come from? Where? And when did this start? Like, how far does it go? I will tell you. Okay, last year I made a video celebrating the fathers, explaining the history of fathers. And pues se me pasó el tiempo, I was like, okay, we're in June. That's when I started doing my solo videos. So I didn't get to do one on Mother's Day. Well, here we are, May, ya casi un año después. And this is for you guys. So let's get the information going, because it is actually really interesting. It goes back, way back, right before the Civil War time. And it's just a whole chain and procedure, and it took a long time to actually get this holiday approved. So, dejé y les cuento lo ocurrido. Actual beginning of the celebration of Mother's Day can actually be traced back to the Greek and Roman times. But it's nothing in comparison to the way we celebrate it now. I'm assuming you guys know, or you can imagine. And it was actually a festival known as Mothering Sunday. So this festival was in particular to honor mother goddesses Rhea and Cybele. So yeah, every year they would do this festival, and that's what it was for. That was the purpose, to honor these mother goddesses. So it was a really big festival out in Europe and the United Kingdom, and it was celebrated every fourth Sunday during Lent. So yeah, the times change, Lent, Easter, blah, blah, blah. So this Mothering Sunday wouldn't only honor the goddesses Rhea and Cybele. It was also like an honor to the church. So this was big for people that were into religion like hard. What they would do is, like, you obviously migrate when you're older, you get married, you move, this and that. You had to go back to your mother church, like there, te bautizaron aquí, this is where you went as a child. So yeah, you have to go back to the vicinity of your home, main church, mother church, and have a special service. So yeah, después de los años, van pasando, Mothering Sunday completely changed. So ya no era to do church, ya no era to honor the mother goddesses. It was more of a child holiday where they would give their moms flowers and other tokens of appreciation. So the whole tradition of Mothering Sundays completely faded when the whole American and the modern Mother's Day came to be back in the 30s and the 40s. So I guess now the question would be, when was the first modern day Mother's Day celebrated here with us in the US, right? Yes. There was a señora by the name of Anna Reeves Jarvis. She is the one that put together the official first Mother's Day, which was celebrated in 1908. But this holiday didn't become official till 1914. Like I said, there was a whole process behind getting this holiday on the national books before people actually recognized it as a holiday. So let's get into that too. It's a lot, so let me get into a ver los Latinos. Why do we celebrate it on May 10th? Okay, well, they actually started honoring the day, El Día de las Madres, till 1920. So it took them a while to jump on the train and get with us, right? And it was actually us, because of here in the US, ellos allá en México empezaron, miraron que, hey, allá hacen esto y lo otro, let's do it too. So why not? Well, they had an even harder time than we did here, because their Mother's Day was actually really hardcore religion, twisted. It took a newspaper writer, editor, and all that to get involved. They had to get permissions from the church. People had to actually petition and okay, yeah, we want it. So yeah, they started celebrating on May 10th, 1920, and they never changed the date. Like I mentioned before, siempre es el 10 de mayo. So like I mentioned, all this Mother's Day stuff started before the Civil War. So we're going back to the 19th century. The woman by the name of Anna Reeves Jarvis, like I mentioned, she was an advocate for, the women, y que esto y que el otro. And this holiday all started first as a workshop. So it was one day cuando se juntaban todas las señoras del, pueblo, del rancho, del barrio, whatever it was back then. Okay, this is the year 1865 or so. So what she would do is make this like a fair, a workshop, whatever you want to call it. And it was with the purpose to teach women how to properly take care of their children. The name of this event was called Mother's Day Work Club. So like I said, se juntaban all the neighboring women and they would get together. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of fun with it. It wasn't just strictly, hey, you put pins in the diapers, how back then eran the rag ones and this and that. So it was one of those things, you got to mingle with other women and have fun and get out of your house. At the same time, the excuse was how to properly take care of your kids. Usually it comes in naturally, but they felt the need that this was what they were going to do, so it stuck and they ran with it. Esta señora, Anna, a couple years later, now it's 1868, she decided to change the name of her gathering. So at this point now it was known as Mother's Friendship Day. Okay, now the Civil War ya había pasado and we were still divided. The country was still divided. We had the Confederacy, the Unions, we had, the Yankees, all that stuff. Well, the purpose of this now wasn't to teach you how to properly take care of your kid. It was more like mothers, period, would gather together and offer peace for that purpose, because the whole country was divided and the Civil War was so fresh still. So they wanted to no pasa aquí nada, paz y amor, let's get over it, we are one. So it was a good idea behind it. A couple years later now, it's 1870, there's another woman. Her name is Julia Ward Howe. Now she gets involved with Anna and they're talking it over, and yeah, we should be at, peace with each other. We are trying to form one country here, this and that, all this stuff, we should just try to set it aside at least for one day. We should make this one day world peace, or at least here with us, whoever we can reach here. So 3 years later, in 1873, La Señora Julia got her way. She was campaigning, she was pushing, she was, getting all these people rowdy and, involved. And yeah, they said, yeah, okay, we can do this. They came to agreement that this holiday would be every June 2nd, and now it was known as Mother's Peace Day. And there is another woman that was strongly involved. Her name was Juliet Blakely, and she was actually an activist for a group that was called the Temperance Union. So this woman Juliet was actually known to have inspired a Mother's Day celebration out in Albion, Michigan, back in 1870 or so. There was also two other people that were very, very involved with the Mother's Day beginnings. And one of them was a woman by the name of Mary Taus Sassin and a man by the name of Frank Herring. They were both super big time activists, doing all the footwork, doing this, doing that. Mr. Frank actually did so much for this cause that they actually would call him the father of Mother's Day, I guess. So let's forward the times now, 1900s. La Señora Anna Reeves Jarvis passed away in 1905. She left a daughter behind named after her, Anna Jarvis. And Anna, the daughter, was very big on the whole causa. She's seen her mom work numerous days, hours, continuous years for this cause. She decided to take it on. She's like, you know what, my mom was almost there, let me keep pushing. And she was successful. So here it is. She would sit here and keep the whole campaigning, this and this, this and that. Well, she ended up getting together with a man. His name was John Wanamaker. So now this man owned a bunch of big department stores, so tenía dinero el señor. Anna started talking to him, and she was, explaining to him her whole idea. She said, look my mom was involved with this whole campaign to get Mother's Day rolling, this and that. I want to continue her whole idea. I want to follow her dream and make her vision a reality. She says, my whole deal though behind Mother's Day is that I want to honor every mother for all the sacrifices that they do for their children. So this man John was like thinking, and he's like, you know what? I like it. I will back you up. What do we need to do to get this thing going? So Anna's like, yes, okay, let me get this together. She got the ball rolling, this and that, and they actually ended up celebrating the first Mother's Day in May of 1908 in Grafton, West Virginia. This is where Mother's Day was born, in a Methodist church there in West Virginia. Decía ella, we celebrate men for everything they do, and we never give women any credit for nothing good. So she started this big, massive campaign, and she would write to politicians, she would write to all the big shots, telling them, hey, let's honor your mother, your mom, it's like, come on, get it together. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. And she just wanted this special day to honor mothers. She was so committed. She never got married. She never had children of her own. She was just work all the time and campaign all the time. Like, she just needed to make this happen for her mom. She had even established Mother's Day International Association. So this was, what it sounds like, una asociación. Con gente se juntaba, they would talk about all these events that were coming up next Mother's Day, planning this and that. It was really, really popular by the year 1912. People were already like, hey, it's that time again, Mother's Day, let's make this happen, let's do this. She pushed so hard, so much promotion, so much campaigning. By the year 1914, the president, Woodrow Wilson, say it 3 times. He signed this bill, a measure, however you want to call it, that was officially assigning the second Sunday in May to be recognized as National Mother's Day. Ya se hizo, right? That's what you're thinking. We finally did it. Okay. It was official. It was national. It was signed by the president. Like, this was it, guys. This was it. Pero, like always, unfortunately, every story has an unfortunate twist. To Anna's expectancies, it wasn't good. No salió bien. This is not what she was looking for. It is now the year 1920. And Anna's daughter, her vision is completely blown up. Es un pinche circo. Okay? That whole vision she had of just a white carnation, grabbing your mom, going to church, having a nice mass, enjoying your mother's company for the day, blew up. The stores were in on it. All the local stores were selling gifts super expensive. The greeting cards started, sitting here capitalizing, making all this money, selling all these greeting cards just for Mother on Mother's Day. You also had the florist shops. They're making these arrangements that are ridiculously priced. Okay, they're big, but come on, really? Like, this is not what she wanted to be her Mother's Day. She wanted something humble, something meaningful, not something that you can buy, So estaba bien aguitada. She's like, you know what? This is not what I was trying to create. This is not the vision. This is not how you should treat your mom. Just buy her off. No. You're supposed to take one day off out of the whole year just to honor your mother in a meaningful way. She was completely disgusted by all the hypocrisy and how everything was literally for commercial use on this day. She went as far as trying to denounce this holiday and tell people, don't celebrate it no more. Don't buy candies, don't buy flowers, don't buy cards. That's it. Let's just cancel it. Yeah, back then, just like today, if you didn't like something, you wanted to just cancel. By the time of her death in 1948, Anna had just disowned the whole holiday altogether. She was actually in the process of still trying to get this holiday removed from the national calendar. She had wrote a bunch of letters to the actual president that was in office at that time. And it was just a backfire in her eyes. It didn't work out. Another actual campaign that she was running right before her death was against Mother's Day profiteers. ¿Qué es eso? The florists, the greeting card manufacturers, and all the charities that were using Mother's Day. Yeah, she was against all of these people. Like, no. Yeah, she was on a battle of her own, because as you see, here we are 103 years later and nothing has changed. In fact, Mother's Day is by far, aside from Christmas, one of the most celebrated holidays here in the United States. They say that is the day the phone lines are super held up and busy, because that's the one day everybody se acuerda de su madre. So they pick up that phone and, hey mom, what's up? Mother's Day here is completely impossible. At least the second Sunday in May. If you are trying to take your mom out, you're not going to be able to. The wait for seating anywhere is probably over an hour to 2 hours. Last time my husband tried to take me out my first year of being a mom, our wait time was 3 hours and a half. And that was just right here at a little Mexican restaurant down the street. Nothing big or special. After that, I told him, you know what? Mother's Day is going to have to wait a week after, just like Valentine's Day, because we're not getting in nowhere. And I don't like cold food, and I don't like crummy service, so we will wait. The cemetery, the same story. If you ever pass by one on Mother's Day, el día 10 o el domingo, it is a line, I kid you not, guys. It is a couple miles far, at least here in Forest Lawn off the 10 freeway. Wow, it is a traffic jam. Like, even the freeway gets backed up because there's so many cars that are just in line waiting to get in here. So, whether Anna thought it was a hypocrisy on everybody's behalves, it's a nice sentiment. You know what I mean? Who doesn't love their mom? Honestly, think about it. Who doesn't really have love for their mama? So here's some traditions, okay? Allá en Mexico, in some cities, it is a custom for the kids to wake up their mothers with music. Loud, like las despiertan, like, hey, it's mañanitas maybe? I don't know. The ones that can afford a mariachi or a trio, los contratan, they go, they serenade their mom. I'm pretty sure mom has other kids that can't afford it. She don't care. She loves all her freaking kids the same. Todos les dolieron igual. And of course, they go to mass and they go a comer. What else is there to do? Like, eating is the best thing in the world, right? So then we go to Thailand. Yes, now we're in Thailandia. Hey, like I mentioned way in the beginning of the video, other people celebrate different times. This is one of them. In Thailandia, they actually celebrate Mother's Day in August. Why? Because they honor the queen right now that's there, Sirikit. So yeah, her birthday's in August, and that's the day Thailand celebrates Mother's Day. Ethiopia is another place that doesn't celebrate in May. They actually celebrate in the fall. It doesn't say exactly what month, but obviously fall, September, October, November. And now they get together with their families, they sing songs, they, celebrate being with each other, y a comer otra vez. But theirs is multi-day. También no dice how many days, so it could be 1, 2, 3. That's how Ethiopia celebrates Mother's Day. Whether you're here, there, anywhere, it's your mom. Celebrate her. Me, I always get my mom little things. It's the stuff that counts. And it's hard to get somebody something when they don't need anything. So it's like, what do I even get her? I don't know. But love your mom. Celebrate your mom. Estén en paz con los hermanos just on Mother's Day. Make her feel loved, guys. Because I'm telling you, we always feel really unappreciated with a lot of stuff. And that's the one day you should just blow your mama up. Like, go all out. It's once a year anyway that is actually celebrated. I hope you guys enjoyed the story I shared with you guys today. I love learning and sharing so you guys can know these facts también. If you guys are not subscribed to me yet, please like, subscribe, and hit that pinche campanita. I've uploaded a bunch of videos, if you guys noticed. From behind the wheel in the troque to Vámonos Recio la Calle, a bunch of stuff. Just, check them out. They will keep coming. I have other stuff that I want to share with you guys. Please leave a comment, guys. I love to hear from everybody. I love comments, concerns, questions, compliments. I love it all, guys. Good, bad, or ugly, ustedes déjenme allí una nota. I will read it and smile regardless, I promise. Y como siempre, please stay safe, please stay sane. If you guys are going to celebrate big this weekend, please remember, do not drink and drive, guys. Call a Lyft, call Uber, call your sobrina, call your tío, call somebody. But please do not get behind that wheel. It can end up bad. Love you guys like always, and thank you for spending your time with me. I know time is so precious. I los miro. Bye.